Today I got for you the Fluance AI41 bookshelf powered speakers. Let's do an unboxing and review them. So we get a catalog, quick start guide. Tape is really in there. Alright, so there's one. These are the AI Fluance 41 speakers, bookshelf speakers. This is 90 watts of powered, obviously divided 45 and 45. This is the powered speaker on the right, and this is the passive speaker on the left. They are connected by speaker wire. The AI41 has 1-inch tweeters, and that is silk soft dome with neodymium. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Neodymium magnets and a ferrofluid cooled design. Then right below that we have the 5-inch woofer cones, and they're made from a glass fiber composite with butyl rubber surrounds. The speakers have an onboard amplifier and a integrated crossover that supports frequencies from 35 Hz to 20 Hz. For how small the speakers are, they deliver a solid bass and they are able to fill up a room with great sound. By looking at these speakers and seeing how small they are, you wouldn't think that the bass is good on this, but the bass on these speakers is solid. And the sound is very well balanced coming out of these speakers. The voice, you are really clear. You can hear what people are saying when they're singing. The bass isn't overpowering. So if you are one of those people who hates bass that muddies out the sound, you will be happy to hear that you won't be having that problem here. The sound is powerful enough that you will see the woofers vibrating when there's enough bass. You will be able to distinguish between all the instruments. The sound is very clean. As I said, if you're a fan of the, let's say, Beats by Dre type of sound, these aren't the speakers for you. These speakers right now are retailing for $249.99. These are the white and walnut color combination of speakers. So you have the white face with the walnut on the side. And I think that this will look great in any room that you put them into, especially because you're going to be looking at the front of the speaker most of the time. Now, as you see the speakers here, they don't have a grill, so this is the way you're going to get them. If you want speakers with grills, these don't have a grill, and I don't think that they sell grills for them either. This is the design. They have other colors if you are looking for different colors. The colors that you will be able to find this on black ash, which is technically black on black, black and walnut, which is the same color here that you see on the side, white bamboo. So it will be the white face with a bamboo side. Let's go over the measurements of the speakers. These are in inches. Height 10.9, width is going to be 6.5, depth is going to be 7.6. The speakers do use DSP in order to help them reach the frequencies that it needs to reach. Here we have the back of the speakers. This is the power speaker, the right speaker. As you can see, these speakers are Canadian speakers, which is why you have the little Canadian flag right here. Then this is the passive speaker, and as you can see, there's nothing on it except the connection to the power speaker in order to be able to get the sound. So if we go back here, we can go see the connections that it has. So this is the reset button for your Bluetooth connection. So if you want to reset your Bluetooth connection, your optical input. So again, if you want to connect it to a TV, Blu-ray player, and you can use these speakers for sound. Your RCA inputs, these speakers do not include RCA cables. You can connect this to a subwoofer, so it has a sub out port. The speakers will send a sound anything below 80 hertz to your subwoofer. You have the model information here for the speaker. Then we have here the connection for the power cable, that power on and off, and then where you connect your cable speaker, which is included in the box. Now you can use banana plugs, of course. If you want to do that, you can use a different type of wire speaker if you want to do that as well. But this is the one that comes and is 8 feet. Here are some sound tests of music that I felt sounded great. So we have Blink-182, Always, and the reason why I picked this song is because at the beginning of that track, you have Travis Barker hitting the rim of the drum kit and then going into the drum, and there's a combination of that. And the sound of that to me is always being great. How it has a beginning, a solo doing that, how the song opens. And I think these speakers are able to drive that sound really, really great. When the Levee Breaks by Led Zeppelin. And again, these are to hear some drums. As we know, the drum is huge on this track, and the reason is because of the way they were recorded. And I wanted to see how the speakers will handle that drum at the beginning of the song. And this is what that sounds like. Next track is Kendrick Lamar's DNA, and the reason for that track is because of the bass that is constant throughout the song, and I wanted to give you an idea of what the bass sounds like.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like.
Up next is Doja Cat's Say So, and the reason why I picked that track is because her voice stays in the mid-height region of the song throughout the song, and I wanted to see how the speakers will resolve her voice throughout the track in combination with bass and all the instruments that come into the song. We have Karol G, Mi Cama, and I really like that song. I think it's a really fun song to listen to. I like the combination of the tropical sound and all that. I am Latino, and so I do listen to a lot of Latin music, and I wanted to hear a track that would carry that kind of sound. So you know, I didn't change any of the settings on the speakers when I was playing those songs. The equalizer on my music service was turned off as well, because I wanted to get the purest possible sound signal to the speakers. All of them were in Bluetooth. These speakers do carry Bluetooth 5, which is the newest Bluetooth technology out there. And when I say that I didn't change any of the settings on the speakers, I mean that I didn't change the treble or the bass. So I kept the treble and the bass at 0 the whole time. So here we have the remote that comes with the speakers. So we have the power button, mute button, obviously volume up, down. This is to go back a track, forward a track, play or pause. Now this only works when you're using Bluetooth. If you're using a turntable or anything else, it isn't going to work. Only the volume up and down will work, and that will control the volume up and down on the speakers, not on the source that you're using it from. So something to keep in mind. This button right here is to pick the source where the sound is coming from. So if I press to change the source, if I press the source button here, it's going to change to green. And green is going to be for the RCA, or if you have it connected to a turntable, for example. If I press it again, it's going to change to white. And that is going to be if it's connected to the optical cable. So if you have it connected to, let's say, a TV or a Blu-ray player or something like that via the Toslink optical connection, then that's how you will know. Then when you go to Bluetooth, it will make a sound letting you know that it has connected to the last device that it was connected to. So if I press it one more time, and there you heard the sound that it made because it's connected back to my phone. You have the button that dims the light on that speaker. So if you don't want to have the light, you press the dim button and it's going to dim the light all the way to turn it off. If you want it back on, then you press it one more time. So if you don't want to have a light there because it's distracting or something, you have a way to turn it off by pressing this button. You can also raise or lower the treble or bass. So this is where I will say that is a little bit of a shortcoming when it comes to this speaker, because you got to pay attention to that little light down there to know exactly what's happening when you're going up and down in your treble and bass. So right now I have it set up at 0. You can go +5 on treble and bass, or you can go -5 on treble and bass. So if I go up, I'm going to press up on the treble. You're going to notice that light blinking. I'm going to press once. You see that blink there once, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can go one more. And there, if I press one more time, it shows me a red light, meaning that I'm at the max of the treble. So I cannot go any higher when it comes to treble. So that's how you know if you went too far on your treble or bass. You're going to get a little red light letting you know, hey, you hit the max. There's no more to go. If you want to go back to 0 or the middle, then you press down. And I'm going to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you saw that there was an extra blink, that tells me that I am at the 0 level. So I'm in the middle of the treble. If I go down, I'm going to go minus. If I go up, I'm going to go plus. So I'm going to do the same on the bass. And like I said, just pay attention to this little light. The light is going to blink twice. After I do the press that gets me to 0, you're going to see it blink one more time. So you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see there was an extra blink. So now I know that I'm at 0. That's something that to me could have been fixed with maybe a basic app. Of course, you can go up in volume by moving the knob. If you want to switch sources, you give it a press, and then it goes like that, and then back to that. If you want to turn off the speakers using the knob, you just hold it until it goes red, and you're actually going to hear a little click sound from the speaker turning off, and the sound's going to come up from this one. This is the right speaker, the speaker that gets all the power. And if I want to turn it back on, press it once, and it's going to go, and then we should hear the sound connecting to my phone. I decided to just leave it in the middle because I didn't want to influence the sound of the speakers. I want you to be able to hear the speakers as the sound comes through naturally from it. There is a 10 to 12 hour breaking in period, and I would recommend you to do that before you judge the speakers, because the sound does change from the first time you listen to it when you first take it out of the box to when you actually have been using the speakers for some time. So what do I think about these speakers? In my opinion, these speakers for the price are really, really good. You get a lot on these speakers for $250. And the best part of it is that the sound really, really is great. If you listen to these speakers and then go to listen to something else, you're going to be able to completely tell the difference. One of the lows is that this doesn't have a phono preamp. So if you have a turntable and you're looking for speakers that have a preamp to connect to your turntable, if your turntable doesn't have a preamp, these speakers don't do that. To wrap this up, I'm going to give these speakers a buy if you're in the market for bookshelf speakers. You don't want to break the bank when you buy speakers and you want great sound. This will be the speakers to get. I will have the link in the description section if you want to go ahead and get them. You'll be able to get them through that. I will get a small commission if you do buy them, and it will help the channel. It will be a way to support the channel if you do buy the speakers through that link. I will appreciate it. But let me know, what do you think about these speakers? Have you had a chance to use these speakers or the AI40s, the ones that came before this one? I would really like to know. So let me know in the comment section. That's it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching.